With the invention of new technologies and cutting-edge tools comes new words that are coined to describe our current situation. One word that springs to mind is brain rot, which is used to talk about memes and online jokes that are thought of as having a damaging effect on the brain, and in the world of culture have a low quality. Like many words, brain rot is entwined with a web of other related terms like AI slop, doom scrolling, and TikTokification. Although each of these words talks about a different part of online media and its shortcomings, at their core, I believe they all tap into the same idea. The idea that our attention span is shortening, and shortening faster than ever before. Now, with the advent of artificial intelligence, or AI, we don't just want things now, we want them bigger and better than ever before. This is where Mercy steps in. Over the years, films have been slowly tapping into modern problems in an attempt to stay up to date and relevant. Two that come to mind are Searching and Missing. Both films are thrillers that look at cases of missing people from a family member's perspective. The twist is that the whole film is from the point of view of a computer desktop. Due to the wonder of modern technology, you can do a whole host of things you could never do before from the safety of your house. FaceTime, Google Maps, email, text message, online banking, etc., etc. Liberating in some ways, but scary in others. Now, with the fast adoption of AI into popular apps and websites that you probably look at every day, comes new problems like fake news and a dangerous mix of truth and lies. Mercy examines this with everyone's favourite Garfield at the centre, Chris Pratt. In the film, he plays a police detective who wakes up in the Mercy court charged with the murder of his wife. However, this court isn't like any other court. Instead, you're strapped to an electric chair and faced with the all-knowing, all-seeing AI Judge Maddox. You then get 90 minutes to find the appropriate evidence to prove your innocence. If you fail, you're executed by order of the judge, played by Rebecca Ferguson. The notion of this idea is all well and good if the film delivered a complex and compelling story. However, unfortunately, Mercy is neither of those things, and instead opts for a truly unnerving aesthetic. It not only places us in the shoes of Chris Pratt, but it quite literally gives us his eyes. Since the film takes place almost entirely in the chair, it has to use technology to show us this dystopian sci-fi world. So like Searching and Missing, we see FaceTimes, Google Maps, body cams, phone calls, etc. This is all well and good, but at a certain point its aesthetic becomes tiresome and actually quite jarring. Like being put into a virtual reality headset, you lose sense of reality, but you also become quite nauseous, as each and every eye movement feels like it's being tracked and manipulated. On top of that, the story never actually drew me in. It's all too fast and unnerving and didn't take the time to unpack a single character due to the time constraints of the Mercy Court. To a degree, I can appreciate Mercy as a sort of cinematic experiment. I mean, it's set in real time and has a visual look that seems to criticise Apple's Vision Pro. But unlike past films that push boundaries like the Blair Witch Project, Mercy lacks any real human connection, and instead just comes off as a rant about AI in the form of a bad film. The execution is too fast to care, and the message is so obvious and unsubtle. Overall, I would give Mercy a 2 out of 10. Thanks for watching, I've been Never Hold Back, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.